Hey guys, CrewNYC here. I am doing another quick marker overview. Today I have for you the Empire Vanquish, something a little more modern. So this is the carrying case that the Vanquish comes in, which is pretty nice. And when you get a brand new, you get a Empire Vanquish headband, barrel bag, USB cord so you can update the board. Let's see what else. Let's open up the bag. Let's throw this all back in here first. Inside the bag you have a removable barrel kit sleeve. For the barrel kit you get a two-piece freak system. Since this is the Empire branded one, it is basically what you get when you buy a Super Freak barrel kit. Get the carbon fiber tip, get a Empire Super Freak back, or basically a Smart Part GOG Freak back. You get inserts, also branded by Empire. This one's a 685. You also get a 695, pretty useless. Get a 675, somewhat useless. Get a 680, usable. And a 690, somewhat useful. Like I stated in my previous review for the Empire Resurrection, there are some bore sizes that are really not necessary, so I feel like it's a waste. Like if they started from maybe 690 or 689, 687, give you a, well, the 685 is here, maybe a 682 or 683, and 680 is good, and possibly the 675 could come in handy, but that's really rare. I haven't come across paint that is bored that small before. The lowest I've ever gotten was a 680. So basically what I'm saying is a barrel kit from a 689 down to about a 680 is pretty good. If you're using autococker or pump that doesn't have detents in it, then you probably might want something a little more snugger bore size so that the balls don't roll out. So let's, you know what, let's leave this out. What else do you have in here? You get a Empire Vanquish keychain bottle opener, so you can open up that beer after a hard day of playing. To celebrate, or to share your war stories and shenanigans afterwards. This is also the Vanquish 1.5. When I got it, it was the 1.0. Then when they came out of the 1.5 upgrade, just send it out to Kee Action Sports and they'll upgrade it to you for free. So this was the original bolt that was in there, stock bolt. They also included extra detents when you do the 1.5 upgrade. This replaced the old detents that were really horrible. The original detents were the Planet Eclipse finger detents, and the problem was the bolt is sprung. So when the marker is degassed and you store it, the bolt sits in the forward position. And when it does that, it bends the detent forward. And because they're rubber, after a while, depending on how long you store your marker for, the detents are stuck in the forward position. They're bent forward. So there were a lot of issues with the 1.0 Vanquish where you were getting double feeds and breaks because as the hopper loaded the ball in, it didn't seat properly and you sometimes had two balls in there. And when the bolt cycled forward, it would just break the balls in the breeches. So mine was inspected by JSL, And this just tells you that software upgrade may be available for your marker and the website to go to upgrade it. Check for new versions. You also get a small little thingy of grease, and then you get the Allen key, which is just one size, because the great thing about this Empire Vanquish is all the screws are all one size, unlike some other markers where you gotta use like 2 or 3 different sized Allen keys to maintain your marker. So with the stock bolt, you're able to shoot, I believe, higher than 12 balls per second. And then they included a anodized red bolt, which is the I think the soft touch bolt. I forgot what they call it, but it's supposed to make for a smoother shot. And from what I've read, or what I've also informed by Empire, is you're not supposed to use that bolt if you're going to shoot over 12 balls per second. Why, I don't know, but that's what they say. So here's the Vanquish. It's got a nice clamping feet neck with adjustable knob. I believe it also has laser eyes. The grip is pretty good. It's comfortable in my hand. It's actually somewhat stretched out. I think it's about the same length of a LV1 Lux, if not a tad bit longer. You got your on-off ASA, which is serviceable by Empire, not really user serviceable, but I believe they now sell a tool where you can actually take apart your ASA, because the HPR reg is actually in the ASA also, because this is all inline air, no macro. You got your foregrip with the OLED, basically a red line if you used it Axe Pro before. You can turn it on just by pressing it in. And what this will also tell you is your air pressure. Right now, because I have no air, it says low PSI, but it'll tell you what you're running at. You got your game timer. You have other features you could set it to. It can tell you how many BPS you're shooting, what your BPS is set at right now. I believe I have it on 10.5 ramp. You got your battery. It tells you if there's a ball in the breech or not. And it's really easy to program. You maneuver everything by pushing up, down, left, right on the joystick, and press it in to select. So easy bolt out the back. There's a little button right here. Just press that in. Then you gotta use this with 2 hands. Not as easy with 1 hand. So you push it in. Damn it. Well, it runs on a rail. So you're supposed to twist it, pull back, and then it comes right out. As you can see, that's the red bolt, and it's sprung. And this is supposed to give you a smoother shot, a quieter shot, I guess. And I've shot it, and there is a little bit of a difference between the red bolt and the stock silver bolt. And this is, in my opinion, a softer shot, and it does sound a little quieter. Different sound signature, a little more airy, I guess. Is it as smooth as a Lux? No. Well, maybe after it's been broken in we'll see, but I've barely put more than 2 cases through this marker as of yet. And since the marker's on, let's see. So bear me for a second. And you can see the laser eyes on the inside, which is a nice little addition. I mean, it's not necessary, it doesn't really do anything, it just makes it look good. Autococker threaded. So the trigger, it's really nice. I personally like this trigger. I can't really walk. I'm not that great when it comes to walking, shooting semi uncapped or just semi period, which is why I usually ramp, because most of my friends that I play with can all walk a trigger. So I got a ramp to keep up with them, because they can all just semi-uncapped shoot about 13 plus balls per second. So I play a 10.5. I feel like that's reasonable, and it helps me, personally helps me keep my paint in check so I don't run through paint like it's water. Yeah, so trigger's really nice. And yeah, I've at first I didn't like the Vanquish. I won't lie. I ragged on it when I first got it because of all the issues with it was mostly the eye issue, not the eye, the detent issue was what irked me the most when I first got the 1.0. But Empire, Kee Action Sports did an awesome job and fixed it, and now this marker shoots amazing. I don't get the first shot drops, I don't get the breaks in the breech, I don't get the double feeds. The marker now performs as it was supposed to be, and I've shot it and I have been impressed with it ever since. It's not a Lux replacement. I did have a Lux, but it comes close to it, and my opinion only, remember, I mean, a lot of people will disagree, but I've grown to like this more than my MacDev Clone GT. Yeah, I said it. I actually like this more than my Clone GT right now. So yeah, this is like a $1,500 marker. In my opinion, is it worth $1,500? No, not really. But it's still a good marker. If you can find it on a BST, whether PB Nation, Tech PB, or whichever online sites you guys go to, for a reasonable price, I would pick one up and shoot it and see if you guys like it. So if you have any other questions about the Vanquish, I'll try and answer them to the best of my capability. You could probably find out more information through the forums, Tech PB, PB Nation, PB Riot, or, you know, hit up some Facebook pages, paintball groups, and you can ask questions there too. But you know, being the interwebs, everyone's very biased about what they shoot. Like every brand has their fanboys, so everyone will always speak to the marker that they love or who they're fans of. All right, so let's go to the shooting so you guys can kind of hear it and see how it operates. All right, CrewNYC here. Weather's not really working for us right now. Here's the Empire Vanquish, die rotor, Ninja 77 4500 SL, and everything else is stocked on the marker, aired up and ready to go. So I hope you can hear it. It's not bad at all. It's a nice soft shot. Not much kick at all. Yep, there you go. Empire Vanquish.